We begin this evening following breaking news out of West Springfield as fair officials just announced a little while ago that this year's Big E is canceled. Welcome to Western Mass News at 6, everyone. I'm Chris Pisano. Fair President Gene Cassidy releasing a video announcement today. It follows an extremely popular drive-through event that happened this weekend at the fairgrounds. And Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us now live with more. Audrey.
City leaders discussed the fate of the fair today, and this decision comes after weeks of speculation that the COVID-19 pandemic is too difficult to control while also keeping fairgoers safe and healthy.
My message to you today is a difficult one to share. We have made the decision to cancel the 2020 Big E. Please know that this decision was not made lightly. In fact, it was one of the most difficult decisions that we as an organization have had to make in modern times.
Cassidy says fair workers explored all options before coming to this decision, calling it crushing. In his over 2-minute-long message, Cassidy did not mention whether or not there would be any sort of alternative or another drive-through event like the successful one held this past weekend. However, one vendor that I spoke with who was at that weekend event says that he heard mention of holding another drive-through event sometime in this summer. Cassidy says this isn't the first time the fair has encountered changes in the wake of a global crisis, saying the Big E was put on hold during World War II. And all of this comes, as you can see behind me, the music lineup that was set to play at the fair this year. You can see the advertisements still playing for that in the background. Gene Cassidy says that he welcomes everyone back to the fair when it's held in 2021 in September. Live in West Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thank you for that. A whole lot of us disappointed to hear that news. The Big E canceled this year. But now moving to severe weather that's currently hitting our area. We have team coverage for you on this evening's stormy weather. Leon Purvis is live in Whately for us following the damage the storm system caused there this afternoon. And first warning meteorologist Jacob Wycoff has more on tonight's severe weather. Jacob, how much longer can we expect this system to hang around?
Well, unfortunately, it's going to stick around in the area for the next couple of days. But right now we're actually seeing a dry period, and that's actually going to allow the atmosphere to recharge just a little bit, leading up to some storms dropping from the north to the south. We actually get a little bit of sunshine. That's going to act to destabilize the atmosphere. We're also seeing a few lightning strikes in this storm up into northern Berkshire County, so it's showing signs of strengthening. And the other thing I should point out, too, is it doesn't have to be raining for the lightning to be hitting. So notice these lightning bolts outside of some of the rain that's falling. This is why we always say if thunder roars, head indoors. You can get hit by lightning despite the fact that it may not be raining. We do have some rain that's moving into Franklin County too, right along Route 2. So as you go towards Montague into Turner's Falls, Greenfield into Leiden, Bernardston, Northfield, you're seeing some of those showers. Other than that, we're actually mainly dry across Western Mass. This is all part of a big system that's just pinwheeling those storm chances in our direction. We have more in the forecast heading into tomorrow. Same story heading into Wednesday as this system just sits off the coast and continues to bring those rain bands in our direction. So we have that unsettled weather in the forecast, but we're dry right now on our Springfield sky cam. Temperatures falling into the middle 60s overnight, returning to the upper 70s for tomorrow. Some scattered showers and storms in the forecast for the afternoon. Full look at the forecast, what we can expect into the 4th of July weekend in just a few minutes. Chris?
Jacob, thanks. This afternoon's storm causing some damage across Western Mass. It downed power lines and some trees across the region. One hard-hit area, Whately, and that's where we find Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis. And Leon, how bad is the damage there?
Chris, I've seen downed trees in people's yard like this one behind me, debris on the ground, and a down line in the middle of the road. Now, one of the hardest hit sections in Whately is along Long Plain Road, where a tree actually crashed into a home. We spoke with one of the home's residents who tells Western Mass News what it was like when the tree came down.
I was just upstairs playing Fortnite, video games, whatever you want to call it, and I just heard a loud bang, and I come downstairs and I saw the tree was through the window.
The Whately fire chief says there are no reports of any injuries, but people in this area are without power. Live in Whately, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Leon, thank you for that live report. Now let's take a look at today's latest COVID-19 numbers. So far, the state reports 101 new cases, bringing the total number to 108,768 cases in the Bay State. There are 35 more deaths today as well. The statewide death toll now stands at 8,095. Some teenagers in the summer months bank on having that summer job to gain a little extra cash before they head back to school. Western Mass News reporter Sarah Granelli looking at summer jobs and if your teen can apply for pandemic unemployment assistance. She joins us now live from Springfield with more. Sarah.
Chris, we spoke with Mass Hire, who says there are plenty of jobs available for teens and that they will help them fill out their resume. Summer is officially here, leaving many teens searching for a summer job. Western Mass News spoke with the Mass Hire Holyoke Youth Service Director, who says they normally have a job fair but couldn't because of the pandemic.
We then collaborate with anyone else who may be having an opening, right? So that they can apply for private sectors. Private sectors will mean that, anyone like, let's say Wendy's, I'm just using as an example, Six Flags.
They can still help guide youth adults to put their best foot forward when applying for jobs if they become a member of the center.
We can still help them with preparing a resume. We can help them also still work on towards doing mock interviews, getting ready. Some of these youth may never done an application online. The private sector is still hiring, especially 18 and older.
Western Mass News called up State Representative Lindsay Sabadoza to see how teens can apply for the pandemic unemployment assistance.
If they were supposed to start work over the summer but were not able to do so because of COVID-19, pandemic unemployment assistance is the new program that was started thanks to the Federal CARES Act, and it provides unemployment benefits to a lot of people who wouldn't normally qualify.
Sabadoza says for regular unemployment, you would have had to have made at least $5,100. But that has changed because of the pandemic.
It's for people who don't meet that threshold or don't have that same full-time W-2 work.
So if your teen is out of work because of the pandemic, Sabadoza says all they have to do is call.
For teenagers, however, they can't just apply online, unfortunately. They do need to call PUA to make sure that their benefits get set up.
And if your teen is looking to apply for the pandemic unemployment assistance, we have that number that they have to call on our website. Live in Springfield, I'm Sarah Granelli for Western Mass News.
Sarah, thanks for that live report. New at 6, Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont has unveiled a $33 million plan to provide emergency help for renters, homeowners, and residential landlords all affected by the coronavirus pandemic. That package includes $10 million in rental assistance. It's in the form of payments to landlords on behalf of approved tenants, with a priority on lower-income households who've been denied unemployment insurance. There's also $5 million to help renters who were in the process of being evicted before the COVID-19 public health emergency was declared. And for more coverage on the coronavirus emergency as it continues to develop, just log on to our free Western Mass News streaming app. We have a follow-up now on a murder in Springfield. Police identifying the victim of a deadly shooting that happened Saturday night. They say 37-year-old Tamara Clark was shot and found on Oakland Street. She was immediately rushed to Bay State Medical Center, where she passed away a short time later. An investigation is now underway. Coming up, local advocates speaking out tonight, pushing for a new bill working its way through the State House. Those details next. And new details on the reopening of a 22-year-old cold case. What prompted this revival? When we come back. Jacob.
And we're still showing that cell that's in Berkshire County, kind of showing a little strength to it. And if we trace this out, it would likely clip some of the hill towns in Hampshire County. So we'll watch that closely. We'll show you the full 7-day forecast as Western Mass News continues after the break.